Hey everybody, Jay Super Awesome here. I'd like to welcome you all to week number 10 of the TheHORRORman's SlashBack Saturday Challenge. This week's slasher movie theme is slasher sequels, and I will be giving my review for The Woman. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. The wild beast that dwells within us all boils to the surface in The Woman. A domineering upper middle class father abducts a feral woman while out hunting. With his twisted set of ideas, he decides to embark upon a deranged project to civilize her, a decision that he and his family will soon regret. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. With this week's SlashBack Saturday Challenge theme of slasher sequels, I chose to watch and review The Woman because it is the sequel to Offspring, a movie that I have already reviewed for the SlashBack Saturday Challenge. And this is the only movie I had in my collection that is a sequel to a movie that I have already reviewed for the SlashBack Saturday Challenge. So I was extremely limited with what I could review in keeping continuity with what I had already reviewed. The Woman is definitely a horror film that mixes several different subgenres of horror together. This movie definitely does have some slasher movie elements to it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a slasher movie at its core. The storyline does involve kidnapping, torture, rape, and revenge, and the way the ending kill sequences play out, it definitely does have a slasher movie vibe to it. But with all that being said, this is also a cannibal film, so there's definitely a lot going on with this movie. Overall, I really did enjoy this movie and the way it blended all the different storyline elements all together. I should probably also mention that this movie has quite a bit of dark humor in it as well, and I found some of the scenes to be pretty funny, but it's usually because something really messed up and twisted was happening, and sometimes that's just the way my mind works anyway. I can definitely also understand and see where people may have issues with this movie. It definitely does have some controversial scenes. And sometimes it's not what you see, but what's implied that can be the most disturbing. An example of this is at the beginning of the movie. The woman is in a cave with a wolf and a baby. As the wolf slowly approaches the baby and the baby reaches for the wolf, this is the last time we ever see the baby. So the movie leaves it up to you to decide what happens to the baby, more or less. And judging from the last time that we seen the baby from the scene that I just described, the outcome can't be good. Overall, having seen Offspring, the first film, I feel like The Woman is a solid sequel that also tries to do something unique and original, and because of that, it could almost be viewed as a standalone film. But with that being said, I'll also have to mention that there is a third film to this series called Darlin, and I have not seen that one yet, but I look forward to checking it out. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the cast of characters we have in The Woman. So other than The Woman, the Cleek family is the storyline's main characters. We have Chris Cleek, who is the father. He is a lawyer. He is a very domineering type of character. He dominates over his family, and they pretty much follow his rule. On the outside, the Cleek family looks like your normal all-American family. But as the storyline will progress, we start to find out how odd this family truly is, and a lot of this has to do with this father character. He captures the woman and ties her up in the family storm shelter. He wants his family to help him civilize her. The mother character is Belle Cleek, and she is played by horror favorite Angela Bettis, and her character is very quiet, and you can tell that she is not happy with her life, and she is definitely not happy with this situation her husband has put her into. Her character also comes off as being very smart. Even though she doesn't say a whole lot, she is very aware of what's going on with her family. The daughter character is Peggy, and she is a quiet and shy type of character as well, and she is holding on to a dark secret that more people know about than what she realizes. The son character is Brian, and he is along for the ride. He is ready and willing to do whatever his father asks of him, and just like his father, he also has an interest in the woman. The youngest daughter's name is Darlin, and she is basically too young to understand what's going on with her family. And I do have to say that collectively, each member of this family is holding on to a very unnatural secret. Overall, I thought all the characters in this movie were very interesting, and I thought all the acting was spot on. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. So the woman was a part of a tribe that was believed to be the cause of a number of disappearances along the northeast coast for a number of years. And as far as we know, the woman is the last surviving member of her tribe. She spends most of this movie tied up in a storm shelter. So even though she doesn't really have a lot to do throughout the movie, the actor still gives a really powerful performance. This character really doesn't speak a lot, so the amount of emotions portrayed by the actor for this character was nothing short of fantastic in my opinion. And when the woman finally does get free, she picks up where she left off from the first film, and also, in my opinion, is one of the best modern female villains. And as far as the kills go in this movie, it doesn't necessarily have a high body count. It does have some fantastic practical effects, some really awesome blood and gore. We have a person getting chopped in two. We have a person who gets their heart pulled from their chest. We also have a lot of biting and a lot of gnawing on human flesh. So that's always really cool. And now that I think about it, seeing how I have talked about this movie for a while now, I do understand how the opening scene with the baby is supposed to play out. It sort of plays out in a reversed pattern, and that might not make any sense whatsoever unless you see the movie. So it might be one of those you have to see it to understand it type of situations. But overall, I really did enjoy this movie. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. So please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have seen The Woman, or just let me know what you think about my review. And I would like to thank you all for watching.